Sir.
Well, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well, sir.
I want to give a shout out to Mark. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Thomas, thank you for joining us. We see a lot of people that's been.
Yes, thank you for having me.
Yes, all this time. Thank you. And
No,
again,
I don't want it.
just log in to join us. The hour. Please go grab a drink and have it next to you. Program at 6 o'clock. I see my friend BR joining us all the way from Las Vegas. Congratulations, BR, on the baby. I want you to turn on your camera because I want the community to hear from you a little bit the work you do in Las Vegas. And joining us. BR, please share with the community some of the things that you do at ALG and some of the work you're doing in Vegas.
Oh man, brother Papa, thank you so much. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to, because of COVID, we couldn't do the ALG 2020 last year in person. But I'm a big supporter and love what you guys are doing in Denver there. And I'm hoping that pretty soon we'll have the opportunity to go back there and meet all of you guys.
BR is, BR, are you back? Yes, we lost you for a second, BR. Please, go ahead.
All right, I'm back. I support what you guys are doing in Denver, in Colorado in general. Just keep it up, and I hope that we can do that in the U.S. In every single seat and state. I've been busy doing some advocacy work with the USA for the UNHCR. Recently joined their board, and I'm really honored to be part of that board and to have a seat at the table. Like Brother Papa, you always say that if you're not on the menu, right? If you're not at the table, you got to be on the menu. So we're sitting at the table. So you guys keep up the good work. I just had a little baby about 3 days ago, a little baby daughter.
Congratulations.
Exciting. Papa, I'm catching up, man. I got 4 and, counting. Go.
Yes. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah. I'm just going to hear, I'm going to listen and join in. And then congrats to the people that are graduating. Public speaking is a skill that we all need. You guys got to be able to get up and communicate, whether you tell your story as a community advocate or just kind of a personal story. Is something that we all need, right?
Yes,
all right, thank you.
We can all use that skill set. So thank you so much for joining us all the way from Las Vegas. I see Mohammed Sise in the house. Mohammed, also another community leader. Please want to give you a shout out, Mohammed. Just what do you want to say to the people that are graduating this evening, Mohammed?
I am just going to tell them congratulations and keep up the good work and good luck.
Thank you, Mohammed. Thank you for coming to support. I see my brother Shimilis, and Shimilis is the professor at DU. We go way back, but thank you for coming. Open up the mic, but as a professor, what message do you have? And I know you've been watching ALG for many years from distance. So what message do you have for the community when it comes to the work that ALG has been doing?
Thank you so much, Papa, brother. Thank you, everyone. Good to see you all. I think my message, like Mohammed, is congratulations. Keep learning. This is just a beginning. It's important for us in our community to do well and to stay in school and study more, continue, learning, pursue advanced degrees. That's how we can make a difference in our community back home as well.
Thank you so much, Shimilis, and he's a great asset to our community, and thank you for as busy you are to be here to support. I see Samuel with the Colorado Ethiopian Association, a friend of the African Leadership Group. Samuel, thank you for being here. What message do you have for the community, Samuel?
I'm very happy. I just, I wish, if I am able to finish with these guys, but, I didn't keep up, but I just want to encourage all that just to keep this good work. ahead. And then I'm proud in all of them that I just still follow what they are doing. I just want to encourage them to represent, the community, and then be a passion to others to tell, to use their potential. And then thank you, congratulations all.
Thank you so much, Samuel, a good friend of
Hey,
the African
Papa.
group.
Hey, Papa.
Yes.
I do see some of our brothers from Mali joining. I see Sukeina Kanute. I do see Balkisa Al Muhammadu. Thank you so much for coming. I do see so many of them trickling in. We are so excited to have you all the way from Mali.
Yes,
Shout out to you.
I wanna call on Sheikh that started his journey in Denver and he's back to Africa doing.
Yeah, good evening, everyone. Thank you so much, Papa, for having us. Thank you, Anne, for the warm welcome. I mean, it's just a pleasure to be here, as a fruit, I can say, of the African Leadership Group, and as someone who has been mentored, guided. I can even say, I mean, Papa is more than a leader to me. He's a father, he's a friend, and I'm so happy to be here with you. So we love the African Leadership Group, and we wouldn't miss this for anything, because it's over midnight here. But and that's the time to say thank you to the whole youth that's with us here, for the support. Thank you, Papa. Thank you, Anne. Thank you to the whole ALG team, and we're glad to be here.
Well, thank you so much, Sheikh, for the great work you're doing in Mali. Just make space for us, because we're all coming to Africa. Just make space. And Sukaina, thank you so much for joining us, and everybody from the Youth for Change. And some of them are in Paris, some of them in different countries in Africa, but they are a great friend of the African Leadership Group, and we do appreciate the support. So now I'm going to turn it back to Professor. Is there anybody that you see you want to give a shout out to? Professor Majama. Is there any alumni student that you see that should get a shout out from you?
Oh, I think you did it all. It is just a tremendous pleasure to see, but especially Sheikh, all the way from Mali. I know what time it is there right now. This is really what we call commitment, and we'll definitely talk about that tonight. I'm just so excited to be among these wonderful people, because I witnessed the journey they went through. So, I don't want to spoil it any further. Let's just wait and see. But you guys are in for a treat tonight. I can say that.
Thank you. So I also see Ola with the city of Denver, also another sister that's representing us at the city. So thank you so much, Ola. I don't know if you can open your mic and share a few words, but if you can, we'd love to hear from you, Ola.
Hi, everyone. My name is Ola Kukoi. I'm originally from Nigeria, and I'm a supporter of the African Leadership Group. Thank you for what you're doing, and keep it up.
Thank you so much, Ola. Ola is representing us at the city level. I see also Ibrahim Suleiman. Ibrahim doing a good job with the newspaper Afro Arab. So Ibrahim, just please open up your mic and a couple of words, and thank you for coming to support. And also, I know you are taking Leadership Africa also.
Thank you, Baba, for your leadership, and thank you for ALG for giving us this platform to connect, to learn, to get galvanized and strong together. To the class, I wish you all the best. I think everything was said eloquently. Something I want just to mention, today it might be everybody watching the TV and the impeachment. An African American who is originally from Eritrea, Congressman Joe Ngusi, was the second person to address the impeachment in the name of the legislative body, which is the Congress. particularly the democratic group. So I'm very proud to see someone from my country, from your country, United States, from this hardcore young, the future of us, like Baba and like Joe. I think both of them, they are the true leaders of our community, and I appreciate if we follow on them to learn from them something more than we know. Thank you very much, Baba.
Thank you so much. I also
Papa Ja. Hey,
yes.
Papa Ja. So I gotta to say this. I met Ola when during the election, we had the opportunity to sit together at the DNC meeting while we were organizing for the last presidential election, and she's a fine woman. But I have spotted a co-worker of mine. She kind of tiptoed on me. I just want to give a shout out to Miss Sarah Beck Panzer. Thank you so much for being here, and I hope you enjoy yourself.
Yeah, go ahead, Uzi.
Before I get crucified, I just want to say a big shout out to one of our students that's also joining this platform tonight, Shakina. She's one of our youth empowerment students, one of our brightest students, and she's joining us tonight. Thank you, Shakina, for joining us.
Thank you. I saw Tayo somewhere. Tayo, I just lost you, but Tayo is an attorney that's leading our legal clinic. Tayo, are you somewhere? I lost you. Can you hear me, Tayo?
Hi, Papa. Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hey, good evening. I'm glad to be just listening in today. It's been a while. Just a quick short story. The first thing that Papa invited me to in ALG was the this graduation. So public speaking. So I'm excited to just listen in today and hear everybody speaking. So, and thank you.
Well, thank you. Tayo is chairing our legal clinic. As you know, ALG put together a monthly legal clinic where community members can come and get pro bono legal advice. Tayo, thank you so much for everything that you do. And he's also involved in the business committee also. So I see also Pastor Jemima that's joining us, a leader in the community. So welcome, Pastor Jemima, a couple of words to the community.
Thank you. I'm glad this is a big day for the community. I want to appreciate all the work, Papa Dia, you do for the African community. You have lifted us up. We have reached somewhere where we could not have reached. And I pray for you. I pray for your family. I pray for your country. And I'm sure God is doing something this time after COVID-19. May God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you. Again, if you're just joining us, please go grab your drink. Like I said, I have the African.
Can I get yours? Can I get that glass?
Yeah, this is the happy hour, and we'll start the program here shortly. I see also Temi, our brother that's joining us, doing great things in sports, soccer tournament. Temi, please, if you can open up your mic and share a couple of words, and when is the next soccer tournament happening?
Hello, Papa. Hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to listen in today. I think I visited one of your classes many years ago just to hear the speaker speak. So I'm so happy that you're continuing to do this, and just so happy. I was part of the first group of African leadership group people, back when we had meetings at Wells Fargo off of Monaco. So it's just a pleasure to see this going on. It's a pleasure to see the growth. And like Papa said, so, in the next couple of weeks, we're gonna have something big coming up that I'll reach out to Papa. I'm part of the subcommittee for the World Cup. Denver is trying to bring the World Cup in 2026 to Colorado, to Denver, Colorado. So I'll be reaching out to a lot of you guys for some help with that. So I'm part of that subcommittee, and I was just named board of director of Colorado Soccer Association. So just a lot of things that we're doing, and can't wait to share with you all. Again, congratulations to the class. We're very proud of you, and I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say today. Thanks, Papa.
Thank you, Temi, for joining us. And please, if you just join us, update your name. I see Sharif. Sharif also is another young man in the community, very involved and work for the Aurora Police or the Denver Police. So Sharif, if you could open up your mic and just introduce yourself to the community and tell us, you know, what are you doing when it comes to the police and things like that, please.
Hey guys, my name is Sharif, and I am a young Senegalese, same country as Papa Ja. I actually work for the Denver Sheriff, so I recently work at the Denver City Jail. So we are taking care of like pretty much all the people that end up in the jail, you know. So just like, you know, taking care of the people, just make sure that when they come into our custody that, you know, we treat them right before they get out, because not everybody's guilty. So I'm just here, you know, doing that for the community, and thanks, Pop, for inviting me.
Thank you for joining us. And please, if you are joining us via cell phone, which is totally fine, just mute yourself. But if you can put your name on your screen, so we have your name so we can address you properly. So I see a new friend, a new face, Mohammed Saleh, and that's among us. I would like for you to, if you open up your mic and please introduce yourself, and thank you for taking time to join us this evening as well. If you are muted, please, if you can unmute Mohammed. Thank you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Yeah, my name is Muhammad Saleh. I am from Sudan, came many years ago. And I am just representing Imam Ali from Northeast Denver Islamic Center. So I'm here to listen and learn.
Thank you so much for joining us. Yes, Imam Ali is a dear friend of our community, and we go way back. Thank you so much. It's truly a pleasure meeting you also. And again, we're going to be starting the program at 6 o'clock. And shortly here, I will tell you how things are going to work out and before we start the presentation. But again, please update your name on your screen and grab your drink. It's going to be a fun night, so that we're all going to be enjoying. I see also Mehat Ahmed. Mehat Ahmed, please, if you could open up your mic and just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Thanks, Papa. I'm Medhat Ahmed. Been here in Denver for nearly about 20 years. Been watching the community from far away, as I've been in and out of the Denver area for quite a while now, but now given COVID, I've been here. Do a lot of mentoring here in the community, not officially through ALG, but through other means for youth in the community. I'm originally from Sudan. I was born and raised in Sudan, and I currently work for Zoom Video Communications.
Thank you so much for joining us. And we have more people waiting in the waiting room, and we're gonna work to let more people in. This class must be very special to have 100 people at CAP and other people trying to log in. And just in case, if some people are not being able to get in, we are working on it, and to get those people in also. So now, Professor, I think 10 minutes, we're gonna kick it off here to start. And Uzi, Amadou, Dr. N, anybody to give a shout out?
I want to give a shout out to all of the students today because it's about to be on. So I want to say congratulations in advance.
Yep, and if you have people that having a hard time to log in to join, just maybe they can use their phone for now until we figure out. And I need to make sure also our keynote speaker can log in. So Uzi, can you take it over for me so I can get that situated? Thank you.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. If you haven't got your drink, please do so. I know Papa mentioned earlier, this is the happy hour time, so please grab your favorite beverage. That'd be water, juice. Papa has some type of special juice that he's drinking today. Any type of beverage that you have, just enjoy the time. Get ready, because it's about to be a amazing night. I'm telling you right now, I've seen these students for the past 12 weeks working, and for them to be here tonight, oh my gosh. I'm just speechless because I know what's about to take place tonight. So do not leave. I'm telling you, tighten your seatbelts. As we've already hit the capacity right now, we're letting more people in. So just stay.
She did not know it was on Lucy's account.
So what do we need to do now?
Papa, me did already. And Dr. Ann, anything you want to say before we start tonight?
Well, I can't say it long enough, or I can't say it more. Please sit back, relax, and enjoy. We are about to take you to Africa and back to the US and somewhere in another country in Africa and back. So the ride is going to be very, very hot and high. And while I'm saying that, I do see someone that I know here, Stephanie Livingston from CEC. Shout out to you. Thank you so much for coming. And one of my friend, I call him my partner in crime, Alphonse Nemba, also board member of ALG. Thank you so much for joining us.
And also, if you know somebody that's having issues joining right now, let them know we are streaming this live on Facebook. So you could go into African Leadership Group's Facebook page and you can watch it live as well. So letting you guys know that. And just shout out to alumni again. Thank you guys for joining us. And as Professor always says, this might be the best class. So I don't know. I've witnessed about 8 cohorts now. So I don't know. This is going to be an amazing cohort. So I can't. Dr. Ann already shaking her head right now. She's saying no. She's disagreeing. But I see alumni shaking their heads as well.
Uzi, don't start the war.
All right, we just increased the capacity now. People can log in. As you can see, we are 102. Thank you so much, Eve, for getting on that. And we're going to have more people log in here, and we're going to kick it off here shortly. Please grab your drink. This guy, I know you're hiding over there. I'm going to put you on the spot.
How do you know I was going to be calling on Visca?
Yeah.
How do you know I was going to be calling on Visca? Visca, say something, please.
Hello. I'm not muted. So my name's Visca. I know my name has been mentioned. I came across Papa, wherever, but we are here. And I apologize, I've not been actively involved because of, job situation and we're here and there. So my name's Visca. I'm from Kenya. And I've been a college professor, but I'm currently transitioning to doing high school. So it's been a little, a happy for me to do that. But besides doing that, I just wanted to share something within a minute. If I can do that, I'm gonna do that. So one thing, I know this group is about uplifting Africans and doing something to the community and changing our lives. So one thing, I'm gonna leave you with a question. I'm a teacher, so I always ask questions all the time. I'm gonna leave you with a question. So it's a pleasure to be given this platform, but I want you to think about where do you keep your money? You keep your money in the bank, you trust your bank. But do you know where the banks keep their money? So do you know there is a way you can go around, you don't have like a second end, you don't have to go through the bank and put your money where the money keeps the money, your money, without going there and making the profit that which the banks makes out of your money. So if you're interested for more information, I'm gonna leave my number. In the chat, you can contact me. So this is a discussion for further.
The proper way to do that, we have a committee that's in charge of. Just call me, I'll get you involved in that committee that works on that. But thank you also. Perfect. And we appreciate that. And now we have 5 minutes for the kickoff of this program. And our keynote speaker should be joining us here shortly.
He's already in.
Oh, yes. So,
yes.
Oh, I see him, His Excellency. So thank you so much. And we will open up the mic here and give him a warm welcome before we kick off the program. Can you all unmute yourself and really help me to give a warm welcome to His Excellency, Ambassador Sheknia. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Now, as you can see, we have something going on here in Colorado that every single state would love to have. And it's a testimony of our community, how tight we are, how vibrant we are. And even in lieu of the pandemic, we're not letting it stop us for the things that we need to do. And most importantly, they're going to be powerful stories. You're going to be hearing from the student, but just buckle up and we're going to be kicking off the program in 4 minutes. If you haven't had a chance to grab your drink, please do so. And I know Alphonse is somewhere and he wanted me to give him the floor to share a couple of things. Alphonse, I can't see you, but I know you are somewhere. So if you can unmute yourself, please.
I'm right here, and thank you very much, Papa, for this opportunity for the community.
Okay, they're probably seeing you when you're walking in.
And for giving us, can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Yes, we can hear you, Alphonse.
Okay, and as Because was saying, education is the key word for our kids and for our community. And in this pandemic, I was fortunate again to be pulled in to help with the tutoring program. And this is a message to all of you parents in the call tonight. ALG has put together a tutoring program to serve our underserved kids and get them to be successful in their school despite this pandemic. And this is a huge opportunity for us not to lay back. Even if it's 10 minutes, 15 seconds, 30 seconds, send them to us. We're gonna help them to be where they need to be successful. It is a team led by Dr. Ann and Uzi, and also many other tutors who are now in the call. But what I'm trying to say with this initiative of supporting our families and our kids during this pandemic, please, we don't want our kid to fail. It doesn't matter if you're in Maryland, it doesn't matter if you're in Denver, it doesn't matter if you're in San Francisco. We want you to make sure that our kids are successful. And this is our time. This is the time to make it happen because we have the resource, we have the tool, and thank you all for being here tonight and supporting the cohort that is graduating.
All right, thank you so much, Alphonse. As you can see, I don't have control of what's happening in the community. So sometimes you think you are the boss, but you are not. So you just get told what to do and how to do it. I just get the information from Eve that we are going live on Facebook, but let me give you guys a rundown how it's gonna work. So once the program starts, we're gonna mute everybody. So if you cannot unmute yourself, just know we muted you just to make sure that no distraction and the presentation will be here for everybody loud and clearly. Miss Laurie is about to, if you are upset with that, just blame Miss Laurie because you have the power to unmute. So now if you are a student, a speaker, so we'll make you a co-host so you can unmute yourself to present. So Miss Laurie is about to meet you all just in case, but you can use the chat to communicate. If you have any question, just use the chat. But before we just kick it off, we are so grateful. I see so many faces that I'm familiar with. Philip, everybody, thank you so much for joining and to come and celebrate this public speaking class. And it will be for you guys to say if this is the best class ever or not. But just keep in mind, the former students are in the house also. So at this point, so
I'm muting everybody. You included, Papa.
Oh, so yes, so she's meeting everybody, including me. So it tells you that she had the power. So at this,
Papa, you're muted.
so yeah, so now I'm going to turn it over to Usman, and Miss Laurie going to be bringing the PowerPoint presentation, and we'll officially kicking off the program. Thank you all for joining us to support our community. Uzi, the floor is yours.
Yes, thank you, Papa. It's an honor to be here tonight. And I just want to welcome you all to the public speaking graduation ceremony. We are here to celebrate the Cohort A. So a round of applause for Cohort A. And thank you. My name is Usman Ba, the education program coordinator here with the African Leadership Group. I'm also a co-facilitator with the public speaking class as well. I just want to start off by saying thank you to you all for being here tonight. I know we have people across this state, across this country, across the globe just joining us. And that is just a testament of this platform we call African Leadership Group. And I cannot move forward without thank you, the Honorable and Ambassador of Sheikh Young for joining us this evening. It is an honor for him to be amongst us today. And just thank you, Sheikh. It's an honor to have you today. And for me, I really am excited about the stories you guys are gonna hear tonight. It's really gonna be inspiring, motivational, and as well as uplifting. You're gonna cry, you're gonna laugh, you're gonna enjoy the great atmosphere tonight. And like I said, tighten your seatbelt. Tonight is gonna be a journey for you all. You do not wanna miss. Before I even talk about this story, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Usman Ba. I immigrated here at the age of 6 from Senegal, West Africa. I came here, had to adapt to the American society, and also had to go through this thing we call identity crisis. You know, along the way in this journey, we sometimes as immigrants get lost of who we are. For me, it really was just a struggle and a battle, and really trying to figure out who I was. Was I African? When I'm in my own house, I'm African, but when I'm out at the school or outside here and just trying to assimilate myself, I call myself American. Along the way, like I mentioned, I got lost. And it really took some time and years for me to really understand who I am and where I come from. And it's all thanks to this organization I call home now, the African Leadership Group. It's really this community that welcomed me with open arms and really brought me in and it really honed me into the leader I am today. And I just can't thank you guys enough, because without this platform, I couldn't say this, what I'm about to say. I am proud to be African. I'm proud to be amongst you all tonight. And it's just an honor to be here today. This is just a story, and you're gonna hear more stories like this tonight. Stay tuned, and just thank you guys. And as I mentioned earlier, I couldn't do this and co-host without my partner in crime, the lady of the house, the lady of the youth empowerment and the education field here with the African Leadership Group. She's my amazing friend, my sister, my mentor, also my coach. And she's guiding us and guiding our children. And just it's amazing to have her. And ladies and gentlemen, I would like to welcome Dr. Ann Kike, my co-host tonight, to the stage.
Hello, and welcome everyone. I am so honored to be here. Yes, this evening is a very special evening because you're about to witness the student of the African Leadership Group public speaking class, Cohort 8, display their final work. And I couldn't be so proud. I couldn't be even prouder. It took them 12 weeks to prepare. And in the process, I have seen some of them grow. Yes, and change to amazing people. But before we get there, let me, just as an assistant facilitator, let me give you a nugget of my own story. You know, I used to be that one that was private. Yes, do I know where I come from? I do. I am a proud American that has her root in Africa. But I used to be that individualistic person, very private, and would not let people get to know her truly. I did that I was robbing my community of a gift and a talent. But when I came in contact to the African Leadership Group, things changed. I can tell you that. Not only did I receive the help and the support that I needed as a single mother, but I got the opportunity and a platform to serve an awesome community, to transform and impact lives, and ultimately transform mine in the process. Now, I have found a family. I have found a community where I feel loved, supported, and accepted for who I am. It has been my greatest honor to see individuals and families give me permission to advocate for them, to be their voice. But you know what, in all of this, I know we all have we don't have the same expertise, and we all have different voices. As we welcome you here this evening, I have two asks of you. Would you join me in promoting education for the immigrant community? Would you join me in making an impact with your level of expertise to elevate education and equity for the African children and the immigrants in the diaspora? Together, I believe we can make an unbelievable change. Again, my name is Dr. Ann Kiki. I am an emerging leader. I am a single mother. I am a sister. I am a daughter. I am a resounding voice for the underserved that doesn't know how to shut up. I am your humble servant. And for this evening, I am your MC, along with my friend and my mentee, Usman Ba. Sit back and enjoy the ride. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Like I mentioned, she is powerful. Watch out for her. She mentioned impact throughout her speech. And one of my favorite quotes says, service is the rent you pay here living on earth. And that couldn't be true in the testimony without the guy we know, all of us, that brought us here together. The man, Papa Dia, as many of you guys know him. Papa is my coach. He is my mentor. He was someone I look up to. He's a father figure. And just the impact he's had on my life cannot be paid. This man amplifies leadership, amplifies what our community needs. And it is just an honor to be in the presence of him every day and watch him work and watch him doing his work, because he's just made an impact in so many people's life. I want to introduce you guys to the man, the founder, and the executive director of the African Leadership Group, Papa Dia, my mentor.
Well, thank you, Uzi. Thank you, Dr. N. And we all better watch out because you're about to put us to retirement. Either we like it or no, because you guys are emerging as the real leaders in the community. And that's what the African Leadership Group is about. And tonight, I don't have much to say because I strongly believe there are more powerful people that are more relevant, that have a stronger message that you're going to be hearing from. But for those of us that are just joining us for the first time, I just wanted to give you a little bit of background about the African Leadership Group mission. But I wouldn't start doing that without thanking you all. Your presence means everything to the student that you are about to hear from. They've been going in this journey for 12 weeks, but to get to the point where they have something to present to the community and to have 130 people show up to support them, we just owe gratitude and thank you all for being here. As you can see on the screen, the African Leadership Group mission is to help the African diaspora. Yes, the African diaspora. This is not just African immigrant. We are all about human being and to integrate and prosper by connecting culture. We were very intentional when we put connecting culture because we understood early on, African by themselves, we cannot be fully integrated. We need every other human being in this great nation we call the United States to come together. The connecting culture piece is very, very important. It doesn't matter how you look like, where you are from, just know you are part of us, you are part of a family, you always add value. So developing strong community leaders, exactly right, community leaders. And we are very intentional about it, everything that we do, and advocating for economic, social, and educational impact. When you hear social, economic, and educational, it's all about the aspect of life. How do we do it? We are very intentional about the way we approach things. We understood early on, whatever it is, not one person can address it. So we have 11 committees Don't let it scare you, because I am not doing it alone. Professor Majaman is not doing it alone. We have members of the community that have expertise that come and serve and be involved in each committee. We have Africa Impact. Africa Impact is a time we celebrate loudly and proudly the impact we have in the state of Colorado as African immigrants, to the point the governor has issued a proclamation to make the month of August the African Immigrant Month. Yes, it's due to our work, our dedication, and our commitment. We also have health and wellness. We know, especially facing this pandemic, education will go a long way. So we have experts in the health industry that educate and inform our community. Legal clinic, Tayo is among us. So he's an attorney. So once a month, they give pro bono legal advice to our community, and we want to thank them. Dr. N mentioned it, education and youth. It's all about education. We cannot do this hard work without focusing on our children. So we have a group of people that solely focus on education to advocate for the education of our children. Leadership Africa. If you've been around this organization, you always hear the saying, if you're not at the table, you are on the menu. But what do we do to make sure that our people have the tools to get to the table, and when they get there, how they use it? So Leadership Africa is a 9-month program where we are really cultivating the future leaders we need in the community. Public speaking class, I will leave it alone. I won't comment on it because you're going to witness it tonight. Financial and home ownership. We believe that the first step of integration is owning your home, because that's how we're going to build generational wealth. We have a group of people, lenders, bankers, real estate, that really do monthly workshop to help people get into their home. Business and economic development. Also, another group of people with bankers, professors that really help and equip members of the community to be ready for successful business. Career advancement, fundraising, and women empowerment. We cannot do it without our women. We know they are the backbone of our community. In a nutshell, that's what the African Leadership Group is about. But we know that we cannot do this work without our sponsors, without our funders. And you can see them all on the screen. This is people that support us. As you know, most of, I can say 99% of all the service we provide, you don't have to pay. It's not free, but you don't have to pay money to be involved. So Professor Majama will correct me. He doesn't like it when I say it's free, because nothing free is free in life. But we are here to provide these services. It might not come out of your pocket, but we have support from all these sponsors and funders. If you want to know more, if you want to be involved in the organization, just visit our website. But now it's my honor to bring the professor, and he's been elevated to dean because he's been very consistent doing this work. And we've been doing this together since 2016. Majama has always been there for every Tuesday to share his knowledge. I used to claim him as my brother, but now I have to share him with everybody that graduated from this class. They love him dearly. And you might think this is just a public speaking class, but you will see tonight it's more than a public speaking class. Professor, it's my pleasure and my honor to work alongside you, and want to turn the floor over to you. Thank you for everything you've done and continue to do for the community.
Well, thank you very much, Papa. I think tonight, for the first time in a very long time, I am speechless. What I always ask the student not to do, that's what I'm doing right now. I am afraid to speak, because I am so excited to see that 134 people set aside whatever they had to do to come and join us. We are deeply, deeply honored for your presence. Now, Papa is a good-hearted person. That's the reason why certainly he's saying all of these things to people. But I want to start by giving some credit where it is due. Were it not for his vision, we would have not been able to be gathered here tonight. You know, it is usually say that sight allows you to see things as they are, but vision is the capacity to see things as they could be. Definitely, maybe 95% of the people in attendance tonight are immigrants. When we come here, what do we think about? How we can better ourselves. But most of the time we want to do it individually. And that's how we start. We all see that we can make it here, but we only see things as they are, which is going to work, making a living, and just live your life. It took a vision of one man to think ahead and see things how they could be. That was the reason why the African Leadership Group was born. Certainly, we all know that when we are living in a community, we are a bunch of resources together. But I would always say that if you want to be successful in life, do not seek success, but seek to become a person of value. Because if you are valuable, people will pay for what you have to offer. But all of those things will not be able to be possible if really you have all the knowledge, you have all the skills, but you cannot communicate with people. That's where the African Leadership Group public speaking class comes in. Because we know that if you die today with everything that you know, you become a generational failure. In our class, when you join us, understand that the public speaking class is an initiative that was really designed to meet the mission statement, as Papa just said, of the African Leadership Group. It is no different. It is part and parcel of everything that we do here. But what we want to outline is to make sure that when you join us, understand that the public speaking side of it is just one part of what we do. You will gain a family that is built and seasoned with love. And by love, I mean L-O-V-E, because we listen to each other. We overlook our shortcomings. We voice the feedbacks and constructive criticism, but also we make the efforts to be here for each other whenever we are needed. The people who join the public speaking class will always tell you that we should change the name because it is just not public speaking. It is empowerment, it is personal development, but also it is bonding and family building. That's what we do. So do not just let the name fool you. When you register for the public speaking class, you will gain a lot more. So I invite everybody who's interested to be better, who's interested to really up their game. Because as I said earlier, no matter what you know, no matter how skilled you are, if you are not able to stand up in front of people and express yourself to a point where you can get your point across, you are losing a lot of things on the table. But finally, Papa always said that when you were not on the when you are not at the table, you are on the menu. We've been saying that for a long time. But now we know that being at the table is no longer enough. You need to be at the table with a strong voice. And we are ready to give you that strong voice if you can only pay us with your commitment and your dedication to complete the 12-week program that we offer. I will invite everybody to visit usalg.org to see the information that we are sharing over there so that you can register, because the next cohort will start on March 16th, 2021. Thank you so very much. All I'm saying is that we have a night very exciting. I want you guys to pay attention because these people tonight will be writing history. Thank you so very much, Papa.
Thank you, Professor. And we have a small video we want to play for you. This is just a formal student, so please enjoy. And while we're working out the sound here.
I am a graduate of the African Leadership Group Public Speaking class.
Hello, my name is Saleh from Senegal. I'm a graduate in African Leadership Group Public Speaking class.
Hi, my name is Cholwe Mandona, and I am a graduate of the African Leadership Group Public Speaking class.
Hello guys, I'm Ntamu here, a graduate student of the African Leadership Group Public Speaking class, the best class. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Glenda, and I graduated from the African Leadership Group's Public Speaking class.
My name is Lamine, and I am a graduate of African Leadership Group's Public Speaking class.
Hello, my name is Ikunda Boreta, and I'm a graduate of African Leadership Group Public Speaking class.
Hi, I'm Sierra Hutchinson, and I'm a graduate of the African Leadership Group Public Speaking class.
What's up, guys? My name is Jeremiah Kidana Miriam, and I'm a proud graduate of African Leadership Group's Public Speaking class 2017.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Okay, my name is Fabian Gasga, and I am a graduate from Public Speaking 2020.
Hello, my name is Mel Hooks, and I'm a proud graduate of the African Leadership Public Speaking class.
Hello, everyone, and my name is Velver Askew, and I just want to sing you a shout out, letting you know I am a proud graduate of ALG's Public Speaking class.
My name is Anna Tua. I am a graduate of ALG Public Speaking class.
Hi, my name is Safari Bushaija. I'm a graduate of the African Leadership Group Public Speaking class.
Hi, my name is Madina Nakuya, and I am a graduate of the Public Speaking class with African Leadership Group 2019, and here is my certificate. I hope you can see it. All right, thank you, bye.
Hello, my name is Tarsha Miller, and I am a proud 2020 graduate of the African Leadership Group's Public Speaking class.
Thank you so much, Laurie. Thank you so much, Professor. Thank you so much to the alumni that are here coming to support this class that's graduating. And as you could see, we have people from all over that went through this journey with us. But I wish we could unmute all the alumni. They will have the same message for Professor Majama. He has touched so many lives, impacted so many, and continue to do. Professor, just know that we are very, very grateful to have you among us, and wish you all the best, and to your family as well. Thank you so much for everything you've done. Now, it's my honor to bring our keynote speaker, and I am very, very emotional with the fact that as a UN ambassador, that really busy, especially in the current situation that the world is, but for him to follow the work of the ALG has been doing and willing to grace us with his time to join us this evening, it touched me, and I know it touched the entire community. And as you can see on the screen, everything that he has done. And I always say, when you have to introduce somebody like him, it's not an easy task. Going over his bio will be like trying to read a book in a couple of minutes. But I invite you to glance everything that Excellency Ambassador Cheikhnia has done, not just for Senegal, but for African and for the world. So please, please read, and you can visit, because it's just, but I want to just spend more time talking about the person he is. And he has served for Consul General, ambassador, not only in the US, in so many different countries, now a UN ambassador, but he always made himself available to the community, not only to the Senegalese, but to human beings in general. And I've been in communication, and one of his desire and his hope is always been for him to come to Colorado and meet with us in person. And until we can get that, we will really enjoy the fact that we can get him among us via Zoom. Excellency, it's truly an honor, and we cannot thank you enough for gracing us for your time and really coming, have a message for not only our students that are graduating, but also for the entire community. Thank you so much, and the floor is yours. All right, Laurie, do we have the ambassador unmuted?
I've done it.
Okay, great, thank you.
Okay, dear CEO Papaja and staff members of ALG, dear students, dear friends, warm greetings to all. I must say that I have been impressed by all that I have heard and seen so far. And I am very happy, proud and honored to participate in this event. I would like to thank the CEO and the leadership of ALG for the invitation and congratulate them on development of this very important training program. Dear students, I congratulate you for successfully completing this training. You've been given the tools and the skills you need. Now you have to put those skills to test and make good use of them. Practice makes perfect. And remember that proper and well-conducted communication is crucial in human interactions and if one wants to thrive in society. Before getting to the heart of the matter, allow me to introduce myself. I know that you have already my bio, but let me just go over it very quickly. My name is Cheikh Niang, and I am a Senegalese career diplomat. I was born and raised in Senegal, where I studied from primary school to university. And in terms of my professional duties, since July 2018, I am the ambassador of Senegal to the UN. I started my career in the early 90s at the Senegalese Ministry of Foreign Affairs as head of the Africa division. And in 1995, I had the privilege of being appointed to the presidency of Senegal in Dakar as a diplomatic advisor to the President of the Republic for 5 years. And my president was then President Abdou Diouf. My first posting abroad was in New York, where I arrived in 2001. I was first minister counselor at the Senegalese mission to the UN in New York for 5 years. And then I was consul general in New York for 4 years, and I was covering the whole US. Then in 2010, I was appointed for 2 years as ambassador of Senegal to South Africa with residence in Pretoria. And while I was at that position, my jurisdiction covered other countries in Southern and Eastern Africa, such as Namibia, Botswana, Zimbabwe, Mozambique, and Madagascar. After South Africa, I was sent again back to the US for another 2 years, but this time to Washington, DC, as ambassador of Senegal to the United States. And that was when President Barack Obama was there. And concurrently, I was also appointed to Mexico, Paraguay, Uruguay, and Panama. After my term in Washington, DC, I was sent to Japan as ambassador. And while I was there in Tokyo, I was also covering countries like Australia, New Zealand, Indonesia, Vietnam, and Cambodia. In my travels and in my contacts with others, I have always been profoundly aware of who I am, i.e. a Senegalese and an African. Aware that I have the sacred duty to always do honor to my country and to my continent, in my conduct and in my everyday actions. Because in life, it is very important to set one's marks and to forge your self-motivation. Indeed, I held these beliefs because I value African pride and African personality, influenced as I have been by the writings of and actions of great leaders or thinkers like Cheikh Anta Diop, Kwame Nkrumah, and other illustrious African figures. Indeed, as a Senegalese and an African, I have been proud to belong to a continent that had a glorious past, but also, because all current studies indicate this, but also a continent set to embrace a bright future. When I speak of the glorious past, I think of the Africa of Kanka Musa, Nelson Mandela, Kwame Nkrumah, Julius Nyerere, Patrice Lumumba, etc. I'm also thinking of the Africa of flourishing dynasties, empires, and kingdoms, which existed before the arrival of Europeans on the African coast. And that is one thing we Africans, we don't know our history. I think we need to learn more about our leaders, our past leaders, and the achievements of the African peoples. And now when I talk about the bright future of Africa, I'm talking about the inevitable African Renaissance that is now taking shape before our eyes. Go to Dakar, go to Abidjan, go to Nairobi, go to many African countries, you will see that the realities we have now are no longer the same that we had 10 years ago, 20 years ago. Africa is making progress. And it's obvious that Africa is the last frontier. And there is no doubt that after the time of the West and the time of Asia, we are undoubtedly moving towards the time of Africa, when we should see a new and more prosperous Africa emerge in the coming decades. But let me be less aloof and give you a peep at my personal journey. And I will narrate here an earlier sequence in my life, when I was much younger. A life sequence that is certainly similar in many respects to yours, dear students and graduates. Because I am sure that the feelings I experienced then must be about the same to those that some of you are experiencing now. In those days, I was barely 25 years old. I had just completed my master's degree in the English department of the University of Dakar. At that time, the British Council used to select every year a handful of Senegalese students with a master's degree in English to send them to England for a one-year stay. A year to perfect their English, but also a year where they would be employed in English high schools as French assistants. It was the first time I had been out of Senegal to go and live abroad. So for the first time I flew, and the plane landed at Heathrow Airport in London at dawn. From there, I had to catch the bus to the remote city of my destination. And the city was called Scunthorpe and is in the northeast of England. I arrived in December, in the middle of winter. Imagine the shock, or weather, a climate shock, the severe cold that you can feel in your flesh. Born in the warmth of the Sahel, I arrived in London in December in an icy weather. I wore a coat, but it was useless as I felt the cold in my bones. Everything was hard and new to me. Everything was foreign to me. Not only the weather, but also the food, the attitude of the people, the culture. I suddenly realized that as much as everything seems to be in place and straightforward when you are at home, you can quickly lose your bearings abroad and develop fears. Fear of being rejected by people with whom you apparently don't have much in common. Fear of not being up to the task. Fear of not being understood. Fear of being bored to death. And that's what I will call the psychological shock. So all of a sudden, you experience all these shocks colliding in you. Physical shock, psychological shock, culture shock, language shock, and that's a lot for a newcomer. Faced with such a situation, there are only two scenarios. Either fear dominates you and you will exclude yourself from society, or you put things into perspective, you learn to adapt, and then gradually you will have a fulfilling stay and a fulfilling life. I think if one is transplanted in a foreign land, it is damaging to believe that you are so different that whatever you say or do is not acceptable to the people of the land. For the truth is that even though we were born in different environments, even if we have started out with different cultures, what is constant is that we all have humanity in common, subjected to the same imperatives, to the same desires, to the same ambitions, endowed with the same potential to live the life we want. Therefore, we must believe in ourselves, believe in our abilities, be convinced that self-censorship blocks and that optimism not only elevates, but liberates. Indeed, when we choose to leave our country, we do so to enrich and promote ourselves, and if need be, bring back home what we have learned or gained. It is therefore, in essence, a noble undertaking. But to succeed, one must have this conquering spirit, the desire to explore and to be relevant. It therefore requires obvious qualities, self-confidence as well. It requires a state of mind, recognizing that because you have a personal and different journey, you are shaped by distinct cultural traits, by a distinct accent, I would say, like mine. All that background will follow you wherever you go. This is what we call in psychology, idiosyncrasy. So what we have to do is accept who you are, love it, accept it, and from there, go towards the other to enrich your interlocutor and be enriched by him or her. And believe me, in the world, I have been to so many countries, but I have not seen outside Africa a country as welcoming and as inclusive as the US. The main reason is that migration is part of the ADN, of the DNA, we say, I'm now speaking French, of the DNA of this country, which had been built by migrants from all over the world. Therefore, there is some kind of playing level field here. In a country of migrants, all migrants are equal in opportunities. Perhaps the only area where one can temporarily lag behind is language. The other one maybe is accent, when your primary language is not English. But a language, whatever it is, you can learn it, you can perfect it. So is the case for the accent. And actually, accent has not prevented migrants to be successful in this country. I can even give you names of some very famous Americans who, with their foreign accent, fared very well. Just to name a few, like Henry Kissinger. When you hear him speak, his accent is not an accent of New York or Massachusetts or anywhere else. Or Albert Einstein earlier, or Arnold Schwarzenegger, actor and governor, or even Akon, singer from Senegal. So my take would be this: always perfect your English. This is even true for natives. Second, speak with your accent if you are comfortable with it. But if you are not, learn and try to adjust it to what kind of accent you want it to resemble. But what is really important is to make yourself understood and to avoid setting up psychological barriers which would bar you from being an effective member of your community and that would hinder or obstruct your progress towards full realization. And whatever the situation you are in, always remember this inspiring reflection of a Roman writer who was actually a Roman African writer, and his name is Terence. And he made this short and very powerful statement. I quote, "I am a man, and I hold that nothing human is foreign to me," end quote. I thank you for your attention.
Your Excellency, I wish we could open everybody's mic, but your message couldn't come at a better time. As you know, as a country, as a nation, as a community, we've been facing many challenges. And part of it was for us as immigrants, all these things that you mentioned, being accepted, speaking English with an accent, we've dealt with those challenges and continue to deal with those challenges. And your message couldn't come at a better time. And for us to hear something like this, for somebody that traveled around the world and live in so many different countries, you still let us know it's possible. To tell us it doesn't matter that you have an accent, just make sure when you speak, you are understood. I'm just thank you. I mean, thank you. And I'm getting text messages and things like that, and everybody, and taking us back to our history, talking about Kwame Nkrumah, talking about Nelson Mandela, and those African heroes that we don't get to hear often living in this country. It's an amazing reminder. So we just want to thank you for your time. Thank you for your message. And the entire community is so grateful for giving us time out of your busy schedule. Thank you and thank you and thank you. All right. So, and please, anybody, if you want to chat in your comment, just use the chat form, what you feel, question, however, just participate via chat. We just muted everybody just to make sure there's no background noise. At this time, I'm going to turn it back to Usman Ba, that have the tough job following His Excellency. So Usman, I'm so glad that I don't have to speak, and the floor is yours and bringing the student. Thank you, Uzi.
Thank you, Papa. And Mr. Ambassador, thank you again. That was such a powerful speech. We all needed to hear that. As many of you guys know, Africa is has the youngest population in the world right now. And like he mentioned, we are the next powerhouse and the next frontier. And it's time, as we move forward on the agenda today, to start the show. You guys been waiting all night for this. We're ready to kick it off. And to kick us off tonight is no other than my brother, my friend, my colleague, one of the best young emerging leaders in the state right now. I know you guys seen the weekly live shows on ALG's Facebook page. He's been doing a wonderful job, an amazing job on that show. You could catch him weekly on Mondays at noon on the ALG website. And no further ado, I would like to welcome Amadou Dieng talking about It All Starts With a Penny. So thank you.
Thank you, Uzi, and thank you everyone for being here tonight. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. Haven't we all heard that saying? To some, it is just that, a saying. To others, it is a life motto. Exactly 12 weeks ago, we all took the first step of a journey that today results in us showing up, standing up, and speaking up for what we believe in. During the first week of class, we discussed the fear of public speaking. That was the first step, nothing less, nothing more. If you are talking about money, the first class and the first week was just a penny. Though an important penny, it was just a penny. A week later, we all came back to polish our images. We still experienced fear, but we came to embrace that fear because we changed our perception on fear. As we would say in this class, when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. That penny we started with has compounded. Weeks after weeks, every week that we come to class, that penny compounds and we take another step in this journey. Weeks went on. This time, we opened our class to the public. We presented in front of community members, family members, community leaders. But because we know that the journey to success knows no end, we kept on going. When we started this class, we were 34. At the midterms, we were 16. And tonight, we are 15. I could give you many examples of people who have persevered and succeeded just because they took that first step and kept on taking steps, and they finally were able to make it. But I don't need to give you any examples. As I just said, tonight here we are 15 graduating, and every single one of us is a living proof of that. All it takes is that first step. And tonight, here we are, 12 weeks later, showing up, standing up, and speaking up for what we believe in. Here we are tonight, one step away from completing this journey. One step away from completing this journey. So take that step and collect, because that penny we started with has today turned into $1 million. Thank you.
Wow, wow, wow. It is already getting steamy in the room. And that is just speaker number one. Well, I am so elated to introduce to you my brother. Yes, he is a fun person to be around. That is Mr. Tatenda Muchiriri. I call him Tubalami Blessing. His topic, books are better than movies. Listen.
Thank you so much, Dr. N. Yes, books are better than movies. Books play a significant role in our life. They say that when you open a book, you open a new world. I believe that everybody would agree with this statement because books have become part of our lives. For the majority, books are part of everyday life. A book is the best friend that will never, ever walk away from you. Books are packed with knowledge, insights into happy life, lessons, love, fear, prayer, helpful advice. One can read about anything under the sun, but books have been here for centuries. Imagine what would be if we didn't have books, the knowledge of our ancestors, our culture, civilization. Would that be even possible? Have you ever thought what would happen if we didn't have people to document those experiences, those discoveries, the studies? I bet you all know that in April, we all celebrate the World Book Day on the 23rd, a day where we celebrate authors, writers, books, and just reading, with the main aim of inviting children to the pleasures of books and reading. The reason for this date, the 23rd, is very symbolic. It's a date where most of these great authors died, including one of my favorite, William Shakespeare. Many people don't realize the potential of books. I highly feel so emotional when I read a book. It's more like you have bought that very special, expensive, exquisite art. That's how I feel with my books. Books have been part of our lives, part of this public speaking class. We read books that empowered us, gave us confidence to be here today, to be able to speak with you today. We didn't watch a movie. Oh, well, kinda. We watched ourselves on Zoom for 12 weeks every Tuesday for 2 hours. But we had books, 2 books guiding us to our knowledge. I am encouraging you today to go and read a book, open a book, read a book to your kid, read a book with your friends, get books in your family, switch on the TV, but read a book before you sleep. Thank you.
Wow, what a powerful speech. That was beautiful. One of our favorite quotes in this class is, leaders are readers. So go grab a book and read. We were delighted to read 2 books in this class. It was The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson and also Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. And those were the foundations for this cohort. And next, I have the pleasure of introducing the queen of our class. And what do you call it again? We talked about earlier the power of just of getting together and learning about each other. And Queen has given us the edge of learning and taking us on a journey with this thing we call the donkey. It's an inside joke that we share with our class. And she is, her love for Africa, her love for her country, and her love for our people. And that's why we call her the Queen. And her topic is the benefit of the mastermind. Go ahead, Queen, take over.
Thank you, Uzi. Can you guys hear me? Because I'm being told you're on mute has been my middle name.
We can hear you.
Thank you. Before I start, I want to thank my entire family that is here today. Jara, Groom, Yons, my mom, my daughter, Madan, who critiqued my speech before I bring it to you, and Tarsh and Grume. Welcome. Let's started. There once was a chicken farmer. I love farmers. Who found an egg on the ground, and he brought it back to his chicken, and one day it hatched. And when it hatched, it was an eagle. The young eagle grew up and lived his life amongst the chicken. Whatever they did, the eagle did it too. They couldn't fly, they could only fly a short distance, so the eagle could only fly a short distance. That's all he thought he could do because he believed he was chicken. One day, the eagle looked up and saw a bird soaring high above all of them, and he was impressed. He asked the other chicken, "What is that?" They responded, "Oh, that's an eagle. That's the king of all birds. He belongs in the sky. We belong to the earth. We're just chickens." But something about seeing that bird inspired the eagle. He wanted to fly just like that. And all the chicken told him he was crazy and started laughing at him, but he did not care. He was determined to fly like that eagle. And one day he kept practicing and practicing, and he spread his wings and he took off and started soaring like the eagle he always was. You see, we're all eagles. We just need to surround ourselves with the right people who see us for who we are and see our potential, even when we don't see it in ourselves. This story teaches us the importance of having a Mastermind Alliance. What is a Mastermind Alliance, you ask? It's the coordination of knowledge and effort of two or more people who work towards a definite purpose in the spirit of harmony. And do you know who said that? Napoleon Hill, one of the greatest masterminds of all time. Another word we can use for a mastermind alliance could be a mentor, teachers, like-minded individuals. I call mine my peeps. But these are people who align with your life goals and help you reach your ideal growth. I'm thankful for several people who have guided me along the way. I came to this country from Ethiopia when I was 15. Those are formative years for anyone to be snatched out of everything that they know and be thrown into a whole new world. I didn't want to be here, but the circumstances were that I was sent here for my safety, really. And once I got here, all I wanted to do was just blend in. I wanted to change my name to Jennifer Smith and just learn basic English, live a basic life, and that was it. But thank God, along the way, there were people who saw in me something that I wasn't able to see in myself. And the most recent one is Professor Madiama here in the African Leadership Group. 12 weeks ago, when I joined this class, I really didn't think I needed this class because I had been with Toastmasters for several years, so I thought I was at the top of my game. After the first class, I called Professor, to gloat, like, I'm a Toastmaster, right? And I told them, look, I've won awards. They tell me I'm a great speaker every time I speak. Where he said, of course you're a great speaker, because for that group, the fact that you speak English is an accomplishment. The fact that you speak more than one language is an accomplishment. So the scale by which you get judged among that group is just that. Doesn't matter if you speak about anything important or not. Just the fact that you speak English is an accomplishment. And it was humbling. And I truly, truly understood that I have now found my new Mastermind Alliance. He saw in me something that I couldn't see in myself. His expectations of me and my cohort's expectations of me were higher than I even had for myself. And that is one of the greatest values of surrounding yourself with the right people. And here I am 12 weeks later, completely transformed, having learned not only public speaking, but also critical thinking, teamwork, and community support. And I have found a whole new family. In closing, I would like to reiterate the importance of having a Mastermind Alliance. Being surrounded by the right people will help you level up into identifying and accomplishing your goals. And it is great to have people in your life who will guide you back to center when you get sidetracked or when you think you're too good to learn. Ultimately, having a Mastermind Alliance will help you be the eagle you always were and not an eagle who acts like chicken. Thank you.
Yes, 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 and yes. All hail to our queen. She did talk about a mastermind alliance. Well, let's see what a mastermind alliance does in the life of people that know how to tap into it. Let me introduce to you Miss Sika Alice Luke. Her topic, desire. You have to want it. Take it over.
Can we unmute her, please?
Hi. The simple key of life, the emotion of longing or hoping for something, the desire, you have to want it. Like Samuel Johnson say, our aspiration are our possibilities. The desire of a pregnant woman to welcome a beautiful baby, to love and protect. The desire is a craving. I'm an immigrant from Africa, and shortly after moving to the US, I can look at you and tell you that I'm a proud businesswoman. It wasn't easy. I worked hard for it. Are you going to tell me that it's a miracle? No, it's not. If I did it, you can do it too. Accent and culture are not roadblocks. True desire coming from your heart is everything good. You already have it. Dream without goal, remain dream. Disappointment and loss of focus will contribute you to not reach your goal. Goal on the road of achievement need discipline and consistency. Life offers you an opportunity. Take advantage of it. In conclusion, to get what you want, you need to reprogram your mind. Work hard for what you want and get it. Wishing won't help. Forget about what people will say or think. You have a goal and you need to reach it. Don't mind the noise in the market. Just focus on the price of the fish. You know, Jeff Olson put it perfect. Successful people always do what unsuccessful people are not willing to do. Thank you. I love you all.
Thank you. We love you too, Sika. Ooh, I just want to say one more thing that she just reiterate one thing she just said. Don't mind the noise of the market. Whew, powerful. Focus on the fish. And as we move from desire and we go through this book of Think and Grow Rich, we have to have that courage. And taking us with this next topic is Cassandra Johnson, the courage to have and live our vision.
Good evening, distinguished guests, friends, and ALG family. Thank you for being here to celebrate our final presentation. The courage to have and live our vision. Think of a time when something felt almost impossible to overcome, when something was too much for you to handle, when you thought you were too afraid to do anything about the situation. The uncertainty or intimidation we feel often prevents us from confronting whatever it is that is causing that difficulty. Yet courage is a quality of the spirit we're born with, and it allows us to face challenging situations. We call upon it anytime we need it the most. Being courageous is feeling afraid, yet choosing to act. Speaking with my dear friend Saleh the other day, she told me of her story of how she came to America. As a young girl, she had a vision to attend college and graduate with a degree. Imagine leaving your father, your mother, your 6 siblings, going to a place where you don't know anyone and barely speak the language. She began with a vision, put a plan in place, and with determination it became reality. She obtained her business degree, married, had 2 lovely children, and now 3 wonderful grandchildren. She's now close to retirement and has the vision to leave the only place she's known as an adult and return to her home country of Ethiopia. That's courage. 12 weeks ago, I had a vision to conquer my fear of public speaking. I began this journey with 33 other people. If I knew I wanted to grow as an individual, I had to get out of my comfort zone and go for it. Like so many of us with work, children, random things that show up in life, I could have easily quit. It would have been so easy to do, but my vision was to make it to the end. In the book, The Slight Edge by Jeff Olson, I remember a quote that says, "Successful people do what it takes to get the job done, whether or not they feel like it." That was my fuel to keep going. I close this evening where I began. To my 14 fellow ALG family members of the 8th public speaking class, I salute you. We had the courage to act. We showed up, not only for the first day, but we consistently showed up when others faded out. We committed for the long haul. We cultivated a burning desire to grow and learn. We did the little things day in and day out to reach our goal, our vision to make it to the end. We kept our eyes on the prize and we made it. Thank you all. Good night and God bless.
That's right. You kept your eyes on the prize. And here you are, wowing people. Well, I am so excited to introduce this next speaker. She's my daughter. And I call her the next Madam Vice President, because that's where she's heading to. This is Miss Buso Mbai. Her topic, why motivation is never enough. Enjoy.
Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Everyone enjoying some good speeches? Tonight, I will be talking about why motivation is never enough. Motivation, the reason one has for acting or behaving a certain way. When it comes to becoming successful, Motivation is the very first step. If you were to see any success specialist or motivational speaker, they'll first ask you to ask yourself, why am I doing this? What do I seek to gain from this? Once you've answered that question, you found out what motivates you. This is a crucial step to becoming successful. Now, there are two types of motivation. The first being intrinsic, which is rooted in your core beliefs and values, what motivates you from within. Now, the second one is being extrinsic. That is based off of materialistic values. That can include money, social stature, influence, or power. Now, whichever one of these you may choose, you'll find that it's taking you one step closer. The issue with motivation is that it's not infinite. It will end at some point. There'll be hard days when your motivational well has completely dried up. It's just stark dry. This is why motivation is never enough. If motivation is the first step, what comes next? I have my own story with motivation. It ends with me being a college freshman at 17 with a job and a business. When I was a junior in high school, my family and I decided that it would be best for me to graduate early. We didn't know what the future held for us. Now, this meant combining both my junior and senior year into one, so double the work. We decided this in the middle of the first semester. And about 4 months prior, I started my first job where I currently work at Raising Cane's. In the beginning, I didn't realize how much work it would be. It seemed like this new and fun adventure, something exciting, a new challenge. So I had no shortage of motivation. That did not last long whatsoever. The minute I stepped into my new classes, I felt like I jumped out of a plane with no parachute. I'd never been so lost and confused in my life. It was one of the worst feelings ever. Now, I had gone from taking 5 advanced classes, which would have been a light year, to taking 8 classes. But thankfully, these classes were pretty interesting for the most part, so it helped fuel me to want to do better in each one. But this is why motivation is never enough. Because although I was interested in the classes, the insane workloads would sometimes get to be a little bit too much, and I would feel my motivation slowly flying away. I could just wave it goodbye. That's why motivation is never enough. I can't begin to describe how many times I failed or the hardships I faced, how hard it got. But I had taken action. I disciplined myself to the point where each time I failed, I followed our very own Quintitile's donkey philosophy. I shook the dirt off and I rose again. 21 days. That's how long it takes to build a habit. I kept the same routine for about roughly 180 days. Now, this routine, it helped me so much to where I had my beliefs and my goals embedded so deeply in my subconscious that it just became my default setting, where I would go when things became too stressful, when I got so confused that I just felt my brain melting or I forgot my own name. This is one of the reasons I became successful. I had this routine where I would be able to study, reset, de-stress, and just find out why I was doing this. Remind myself what I'm striving for. Without this routine, I never would have graduated. And finally, to answer that question, action and discipline, that is what comes next. I challenge you, yes, you. I challenge you, whether you're going back to school, whether you're starting your own business, whatever your new journey may be, ask yourself, why am I doing this? Once you've answered that, you've taken your first step. Congratulations. Now create your routine. All you need, listen closely, 21 days. a pen, and a paper. That's all you need. What is stopping you? As mentioned in the slide edge, 95% of our population is living a mediocre life. I do not want to be part of that 95%. Do you? So let's be that 5%. Let's go strive for success, because I know each and every one of us sitting here tonight has the capacity to be incredible. So remember, motivation is never enough. Be the 5%. Thank you.
Wow, 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 wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been challenged by the youngest member in this cohort at the age of 17, already in college and university, doing an amazing thing. Like Dr. Ann said earlier, future president sitting in front of you guys. Again, we've been challenged, guys. Open that pen and ask your why. Know your why. And as we move forward in this program today, our next speaker, the amazing Reverend Mama Melissa. She is the wisdom of this class. She's the storyteller of this class. I just love her voice and her calmness. And you guys are about to go on another journey here. So without further ado, let me introduce you guys to Reverend Mama Melissa with the topic, Money Can't Buy You Happiness.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. And tonight I have a question for you. What is money? I will not let you lift up your hands to answer. I want to say, we will borrow from Merriam-Webster quotation that says, money is a medium exchange. Money is material. Money, as far as I know, and from my experience of what I have held it before myself, I know that money can never, ever buy happiness. Whatever situation you are in, and maybe chasing so much money, you may think you'll get happiness. No amount of money can create lasting happiness in your life. I know that money can help make some good atmospheres of happiness, but it's always temporary. You will not be happy for long. And tonight I'm just talking a little bit about the money. And maybe many of you know that you are looking for money, you are chasing money, and I do not want to discourage you, but I want to give you just a way out. I have seen a lot of people earn money. We have seen people win lottery. We have seen artists get so much money, the dancers, all the people that do things, the athletes, they get so much money. And yet also, I have seen, I have watched, I have read in books, I have read in the news, I've watched television, I've heard how these people, many of them end up. Their lives end up in debt, most of them, not all. Their lives end up in jail. What happened to the big money that they received? I want to use an illustration or a true story of my own family. When I was a teenager, in my home growing up in Africa, East Africa, in a very poor environment, a very poor family, I watched everything that happened because I had a desire in my heart. I didn't want to end up being poor as my family was. And I kept checking and looking. I noticed that in my family, there was only one uncle that was well educated. This uncle, my dad's brother, was educated to the level of a teacher. And a teacher those days was a great man. People respected them. And he was a teacher of the middle class. My uncle heard and learned from other people about having a lot of money, more than what he was earning. And he heard of the lotteries. So one day he looked for the lottery store where people used to go and spend money trying to win a lottery. He did that so many times. He brought friction in that family, but he didn't care because he had seen that people win a lot of money and he wanted that money. So one day the Lord remembered him and he earned the money. He earned so much money. He won a lot of money. All of us were happy. The family was extremely happy. We knew that we are going to be rolled out of poverty and be good people, at least to be seen by the community. Lo and behold, my uncle's character changed when he got the money. My uncle began to spend the money in a leisurely way. My uncle joined wrong groups. He began to go drinking. He began to go smoking. He began to go on drugs. He began to do so much. And finally, you know what happens? If you have the money, you are spending, nothing else is coming in, it definitely gets over. But just before the money was over, my uncle got a disease out there in the world. He was hospitalized and most of the money went into that disease. Unfortunately, he did not live. My uncle passed, and that stayed with me as I grew up. I began to think, why? Why would people have so much money and yet they can't make it in life? I began to learn a little bit and try to find out why people can't make it in life with so much money. And tonight I want to ask you the second question. What is happiness? I will also borrow from Merriam-Webster. She says happiness is happiness is a well-being. It's a state of well-being, contentment. You got to be contented with what you have. My advice to you tonight, let's all of us be contented with what we have. I see here in the community, many of my friends, many people run out for many jobs. They are run from shift to shift. They have 2 or 3 or 5. They leave their kids because they want money. Do not let money chase you. My advice to you tonight is that let us be lords over the money. Let us be the masters over the money. Do not let money be your master. If you be contented with what you have, if you learn to use what you have, drive the car that you have, do not admire and covet other people's things. Do not covet the other people's homes. Do not covet those that are doing better than you. We need to be contented with what we have so that it can be added to us little by little, and yet it will be okay. I want to conclude this way, that as we need the money, all of us need money. Let's be careful how we do it. We can earn money and keep it because we do it with determination, we do it with persistence, we do it with perseverance, we do it with the right choices and the right ways that we get that money in. And then when it comes in, you will remember that you worked for it. Let's remember that there is progression in life. You don't just start from the top. There is planting, there is cultivating, there is harvesting. If we follow those patterns, God will remember us and we shall keep what we have in our pocket. Let's remember too that happiness leads to success. It is the key. Happiness is the key to success. Let's try to be happy families, happy people, because we are doing the right thing and not doing the wrong thing. God bless you. It was nice talking to you. Have a blessed night.
Indeed. Chase that money, but chase it wisely. Put happiness and family before money. Now, let me introduce to you Ahmed Sise from Mali. He's chasing that money, all right? But tonight, his topic is why integrity is a powerful tool in life and business. Integrity, not money. Take it over, my brother.
Hello, everybody. It takes a lifetime to earn reputations and 1 second to destroy it and to ruin it. When wealth is lost, nothing is lost. When health is lost, something is lost. When character is lost, all is lost. Integrity is a practice of showing a consistent and uncompromising adherence to a strong moral, ethical principles and values. As we have in our society, hypocrites in religions, demagogue in politics, the public is losing trust to the leader who don't keep their promise, to the leader who don't practice what they preach. Your word only weighs so much. After some time, people are looking to see if you practice what you say. Integrity are honest people. Not only they preach what they practice, but they are what they preach. Integrity is doing the right thing even no one is watching you. So watch your action before they become habits. Watch your habit before they become your character. And watch your character before they become your destiny. It's very important at the workplace. The integrity at the workplace begin by showing up on time and by dedicating yourself to a good work, a good commitment. So make sure you follow these best practice at work to show your strong integrity. When you are on the clock, make sure you work. Never attempt to cheat. Keep your promise. Follow the rules, follow regulations. Give credit to whoever deserves it. And make sure you treat everybody with respect and show them you care about them also. And the last one also, stand up for anything you think is right. The integrity for a man should never be measured by their responsibility. It should be measured by their conduct. After following all those best practices, we come to a conclusion that integrity alone won't make you a leader. But without integrity, you will never be one. Finally, at the end of the day, don't leave people guessing who you are. Simply be who you say you are. Be a person of integrity, because integrity and honesty always win and will make you a successful and a great leader. Thank you, everyone. Have a good evening.
That was such a beautiful speech. Integrity first, integrity first. When we have integrity, we have choices. We have choices in life, and that's what leads to our next topic here. Joining us all the way from Texas, Cedric Bell.
Hello, everyone.
Thank you for being here and giving me the opportunity to share a word with you tonight. Warren Buffett said, I quote, "Who will become in life often depends on whose life we choose to imitate." End of quote. Tonight, we will be talking about choice. When we hear about the word choice, what comes in mind? Probably during our conversation, we will come with a mutual understanding about it. Life is full of challenges, and regardless of what those challenges may be, there's always a dilemma, and we must make a choice about what to do or what not to do. In the book of Jeff Olson, titled The Slat Age, the chapter 3 is the one that stands out to me because it reflects challenges we face daily. Choices we make daily can have a short or long-term impact in our lives, such as where we choose to live, the mentality that we choose to have, the school that we choose to attend, the partner that we choose to marry, the career that we choose, or even our physical appearance. We all have 24 hours a day, subjected to the same weather conditions, sometimes even subjected to the same opportunities. But unfortunately, some people succeed while others fail. Why is that? Is it bad fate or predestination? Or is it something that some people do that others don't do? Are we doing daily what we're supposed to do to reach our goal? Or have we just given up and resigned ourselves and just existing? Instead, if you want to have a better life, you need to do what it takes to succeed by making good choices. For instance, in chapter 3 on the same book, we have two sons and they are dying fathers, who gave them the choice between $1 million and a penny. On one hand, the first son chose the $1 million and made the wrong choices and ended up being broke and full of debt. And on the other hand, the second son chose a penny and became a millionaire by using the slight age philosophy, which consists of little productive action repeated consistently over time add up to the difference between failure and success. In conclusion, the story about the two sons, the one who chose $1 million and made the wrong choices and ended up broke and full of debt, and the second son who chose a penny and used this life edge philosophy and become a millionaire. We can see that it's possible to move from the failure to from the failing to successful people, and all depend on our attitude, the choice that we make every day, or the life or whose life we choose to imitate. Thank you.
Yes, beware of your choices because they may determine the rest of your life or your destiny. Our next presenter is Mr. Bamba Diop. His topic, why should you refinance your FHA to a conventional loan? That is his area of expertise. So homeowners, listen. Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for having me. What would you do with 180,000? I don't know about you, but for me, it is a lot of money. If you listen to me carefully for the next 3 minutes, I can show you how you can save that much on the life of your mortgage. Research shows that 46% of first-time home buyers use FHA loans. And FHA has a lifetime mortgage insurance that could cost you thousands of dollars. And many people in our community are not aware of this. FHA loans are insured by the Federal Housing Administration, These loans are designed for low to moderate income people. They have been helping people purchase homes since 1934. FHA loans, the requirements for FHA loans, minimum requirements for FHA loans include a minimum down payment of 3.5%, a 580 credit score, and no income limit. Unlikely conventional loan, where it's required a higher minimum down payment of 5 to 20% and a higher minimum credit score of 720. However, the PMI, premium mortgage insurance, is the biggest downside of an FHA loan. This is the reason why you should consider refinancing your FHA loan to a conventional. Your PMI, premium mortgage insurance, can be anywhere from $100 to $500 a month. So this is where you're gonna save the $180,000, because when you look at your bill, it usually say what type of mortgage you have. It will either say FHA or conventional. Look at where they break down the payments. You will see what it says a PMI or either like a mortgage insurance. In order to save this money, you have to remove that lifetime mortgage insurance. And the only way you can remove it is to refinance from FHA to a conventional. But you must have 20% equity in your home. So if you have an FHA loan, to reach that 20% equity on your home, let's say that if you, at that time you purchase your home, it costs you $100,000. If you've been making your payments and your down payments and your monthly payments, maybe in 2, 3 to 5 years, you will owe maybe $80,000 or less. That's when you're gonna refinance your FHA to a conventional, and they will remove that PMI. So I don't have enough time to give you more details, to break it down, pros and cons, comparison. But as I'm wrapping up, FHA loans are insured by the Federal Housing Administration. They allow low to moderate income borrowers become homeowners. It's beneficial to remove your PMI by refinancing your FHA to a conventional. This could save you thousands of dollars that you can use to pay off your mortgage faster. Or you can use this money to start an investment portfolio that would pay you 60% of interest rate or investment return. By the time you retire or by the time you pay off your mortgage in 30 years, that investment portfolio could be at least $500,000. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bamba, for that beautiful speech. And for me, as someone that's in the plans of being a homeowner, that was good information to know. Thank you. As we, a little sidetrack here, just check out uslg.com. We have a homeowners workshop that we do quarterly, so check that out on our website. As we move forward with this agenda, next we have the beautiful Mama Kajatu talking about the past and the future.
Thank you, Usman. And I thank everybody for joining us tonight. Professor Majama, I remember the first day of our class. You told us to buy 3 books. Start with Why, The Slide Age, and Think and Grow. But I felt with The Slide Age, where I got tonight my topic, the past and the future. So what is the use to focus on the past? It doesn't make any sense to stay in your past. It doesn't serve you. You don't have to be in your past and you have your future in front of you. You must let go the past doesn't serve you and fly into your future. According to the slide age, people on the failure curve tend to focus on their past, and then it pulls them down. People on the success curve focus on their future, and then it pulls them up. What I'm trying to say, we cannot change our past. We cannot change our childhood or the bad things that have happened, but we can choose how we can think about it. Every bad thing passed to you can teach you. So you need to choose the future and think about it. You must not become a victim of the past. You must become a survivor. Surviving through the past is the only way you will make it now and the future great. When I moved to the city from my small village where I grown up, I faced a lot of problems. I was living with a family member who did not believe in education, but I believed in my education. I walked miles, struggling financially to get to school, far away from my family.
Mama Kajatu, can you unmute yourself? You're unmuted right now. Sorry.
I'm sorry, I didn't know I was muted, so. Can I, okay, those time in my life, can I go back or I'm fine? I don't know. Okay, those time in my life, so just remember me and taught me the hard work, the importance of the community and the self-confidence. So I'm proud. I'm proud that I persist and I get it right. So don't do well on the bad thing happen in your past. Do well what they taught you. What I'm trying to say, hard work and persisting is just you're gonna make the future successfully. I assure you, when you think good and you leave the past behind, you just focus on your future, your life will change and you will find success in your future. Thanks for listening and que la soirée soit belle.
Absolument, Mama Kadiatu. Merci. And in moving on, when talking about the future, this is another rising star, Mr. Chris Yoan Adu. And his topic is how this public speaking class opened doors for him. Enjoy.
Thank you all for having me tonight. Late October 2020 was my journey with real estate wholesaling. Real estate wholesaling is when a wholesaler contracts a home with a seller, then finds an interested party to buy it. The wholesaler contracts the home with a buyer at a higher price than with the seller and keeps the difference as a profit. Wholesaling is not that easy. First, you have to have the confidence in yourself that you can take the next step in this business by taking everything that you learn and applying it. You also have to have the confidence when talking to home sellers and agents. That way they know what you're doing and they don't hang up the phone on you. When I first started with real estate wholesaling, I kept learning and learning, but I had the fear to pick up the phone and put everything that I learned into the business into action. I was scared of picking up the phone to call sellers and agents concerning a house for sale, not because I did not know what to say, but because I wasn't confident in myself. There was times where I called sellers and then hung up the phone on me because I was being nervous when speaking to them. Thanks to the speaking class, I was able to overcome those problems. Without the speaking class, I would not be where I am today. The speaking class made me overcome my speaking fears and boost my confidence. About a week ago, I talked to a person that wanted to sell his house. During the last 10 minutes of our conversation, the seller asked me how old I was. I told him I was 18. He ends up telling me how confident I was talking to him and how I knew what I was doing at such a young age. I said, "Thank you for the feedback. I wasn't expecting those words to come out from you." That was a sign of my improvements and my abilities to boost my confidence and have that fear off my chest. In conclusion, I want to thank Professor and everyone for supporting us students throughout this class. With the help of the professor and feedback from others, I will be able to close my very first wholesale deal in a couple of days at only 18 years old. I would definitely recommend this class to people that are struggling, taking that fear of their chest when talking in public. Thank you and have a good night.
Wow, closing your first home at the age of 18. Wow, great accomplishment at a very young age. Like I mentioned earlier, this class, there's no age. We've had people from 16 years old, 17, 18. The young guns are doing amazing things in the community. The next speaker we have on stage, before we move forward, I just want to show how dedicated this individual is to this class. He traveled all the way back to Senegal and was joining us at 1 a.m. or 2 a.m. in the morning for a couple of weeks while we were doing class here in the States. That just shows the dedication and the passion for this individual he has for this class and the amazing work he's been doing. Without further ado, with the topic, the power of giving, Suleiman.
Good evening, class.
Good evening.
Thank you so much. I would like to thank the African Leadership Group, Papa, Professor Majama, Dr. Ann, Uzi Amadou for doing such an amazing job. I would like to thank my classmates for being so supportive and amazing. They all like great givers. Thank you so much for that. I would like to thank the guests that we have today. Without you guys, it wouldn't be possible tonight. And a special thank to Mr. Ambassador Cheikh Niang for being such a role model for the Senegalese youth and in chess. 3 words that we say in Africa: Bug, Gum, Jeff. It sounds like Hakuna Matata, right? Okay. It means whatever you want in life, be passionate about it, believe in it, and take action. Do you guys remember that one person in your life that gave you a hand to unlock a world of endless possibilities and didn't take away anything from you? That one person that genuinely opened up his network for you without asking or taking away anything from you. Let's take 1 second to recognize that special person in our life. In life, if you set out to help others, you will rapidly reinforce your own reputation and expand your universe of possibilities. We're thankful for the American people, especially the African American brothers that welcome us here in this country. Because when doers help dreamers, our world and our life just make more sense. And when takers win, there is usually someone else that loses. Our recent experience between Obama and Trump shows us a lot about 2 different individuals. Research shows that the people, like the takers, tend to be knocked away by a notch because of the way they succeed in life. In the contrast, when givers win, people are rooting for them. They're supporting them rather than gunning for them. Givers succeed in a way that creates ripple effects, enhancing the success of people around them. In the wild, we can see it. An elephant is a natural giver, because when Mr. Elephant is around, all the other animals can drink and eat safely without being threatened for their life by Mr. Lion and his friends. Animals found their way to look out for one another, on the contrary of human. And that's what Mr. Ambassador was saying earlier. We are humanity. We have to always keep that in mind. We must find a way to look out for one another. If the animals can do that, human beings can do that. Our leaders can help us do that. And sometimes our leaders need to do what they think is right to pull the organization with them by giving them simple tools to people to help them achieve extraordinary things. This is the power of giving. More connect us than separate us. I'm gonna repeat myself. More connect us than separate us. This is the reality of a small village in the Gambia, West Africa, where the power of giving changed people's lives. In the Western world, electricity is a common thing, where a 10-minute blackout is unthinkable. In Africa, electricity or clean water is a luxury. You won't realize it until you have no choice but to drink unfiltered water from the well. This village had no electricity, no water. The woman had to walk 40 miles a day, back and forth, to get water and prep the breakfast for their kids before they go to school. Mothers go through a lot around the world, especially in America. Single mothers go through a lot to keep their family together. But for their commitment, I will call them queen. Yes, I will call them queen. But for our African sisters, I will call them sheroes. When my friend and I find out about that situation, we decided to contribute $20 every month to impact those women's lives, to change those women's lives. We decided to dig a well for them and put an electric panel so they can have light at night. We wanted to take action by donating. And like I was saying earlier, leaders need to do what they think is right and pull the organization with them by giving simple tools to ordinary people so they can achieve extraordinary things. Today, those women don't have to work without shoes 40 miles a day to get clean water. Today, those women don't have to wake up at 5 a.m. in the morning. Hopefully now they can get a little bit more sleep and more time to prep their breakfast and take care of their kids. Today, those women have the chance to grow their own vegetables and start their own business. At ALG, that's how we impact communities and change life. You have not lived your life until you have done something for someone who can never repay you. Thank you very much.
Yes, 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 indeed. That was a smooth operator. But I want to give a shout out to all our sheroes up in here. We respect you. Our next speaker is Mr. Kabu Moti. His topic, be thankful. Indeed, Mr. Kabu, we are thankful. Take it over.
Good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes.
This is a wonderful day. I have never seen this one before. Maya Angelou. On January 12th, I was diagnosed with COVID-19, as you know, and this time we live in the can mean a death sentence. However, I had to put on my gear and get ready to fight for my life like that African donkey my wife talked about. I was told that I could not see my family for 14 days. Those were the longest 14 days I have ever experienced. However, I decided the easiest way to spend this time is if I was grateful for all the things that were good in my life. When you are told that you don't have freedom, you realize that exact value of freedom in the same way. When you are reminded that life can be taken away from you, you start appreciating all the things you took for granted. What's one thing you have been taking for granted? For me, I learned that is what my health. I have gotten so used to having a good health and feeling no pain and that I had no idea how to be a patient. While I was quarantined, I sat there thinking about all the time I'm going to spend at the gym, all the healthy food I was eating, and what an athlete I was going to become as soon as I got better. I'm so thankful to still be here to give this speech. My message to you this evening is to always be thankful. Another great thing that I'm thankful for is African Leadership Group. I was a person who was always scared to talk in a public, but here I am today in front of you giving a speech. This program has helped me improve my speaking skills and also helped me find a whole new family that I hope to continue working with forever. The value of this program to me cannot be put in numbers. I'm so thankful to have been a part of this experience. In closing, please learn my experience and do not take the good thing in your life for granted. Your health, family, work, and everything else. Be thankful, because if you really took the time to look, there's always more good things in your life than bad. My classmates, my family, I'm going to ask you a big favor. We learned a lot from ALG, so I want this class to be a unique class, and I want everyone to remember it. So I'm gonna put a link in the chat group, and let's donate $100 and let's be thankful. Thank you. And Uzi, Dr. Anna, and Papa, and Professor, thank you for everything. I appreciate you. I love you. Peace.
Beautiful, such a beautiful speech. We are thankful for this class, this amazing cohort class. We are thankful for all of you guys. As we say here, once you're part of the team, you're family now, so you can't get rid of us. We'll be there and we're here for all you guys, and we are thankful for all you guys. And ladies and gentlemen, as we are wrapping up our time this evening with our last speaker tonight, the amazing Tamika Coleman, with Dare to Be Different.
Good evening. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. I won't be before you long, but I'll be before you strong. Muhammad Ali said, "Impossible is not a declaration, it's a dare." In this world full of uninspired, lazy people, I dare to be different. I dare to talk less and work more. I dare to take action on everything I have been wanting to do. Everything I've been wanting to achieve, I'm going to get it. I'm going all in for my goals, sacrifice for my dreams. In this world of conformity, I dare to be different. I dare to stand out, stand tall, and stand firm. I dare to walk in the direction that I know is right for me. In this world of followers, I dare to be a leader, an innovator, and a game changer. In this world of sheep, I dare to be a lioness, to get out there and hunt my goals. Not wait for things to happen, but to make them happen. To get hungry for a life less than ordinary. To get hungry for growth, I dare to stop following the crowds and stop listening. Just listening to foolish advice. But instead, I will now listen to my own intuition, open my eyes, and see through the nonsense. I dare to be different. In this world of greed, I dare to be different. I dare to stand up for what is right, to think of others with the same care as myself, to do what is right first, before profit, before achievement, before everything. In this world that is asleep, I dare to be different. I dare to dream. I dare to dream bigger, bigger than they told me that was possible for my life. In this world of blindness, I dare to open my eyes and see. Take a good look around. Take a good look around and become self-aware. Take a good look around and see my strengths and become aware of all the things that I need to work on, to take responsibility for where I am and accept the challenge to get to where I must go. In conclusion, Les Brown says, you cannot be wimpy out there on the dream-seeking trail. Dare to break through barriers to find your own path. I dare to be different. I dare you to be different. I double dog dare you. Thank you.
All right, y'all. This was Drop the Mic.
Yes.
Drop the mic.
Didn't we save the best for last? Oh my God.
Amazing. Professor, take it from here.
Allow me to just chime in and again, Ambassador, thank you so much. I knew early on that you had other commitment, but you stay around and spend your evening with us. I would like to turn it over to you and your remark on what you've seen, what you observe, how you feel about this vibrant community. And I hope this community has met or even exceeded your expectation. If you can share the class and the community, your last remark, please.
Yeah, first of all, I'm very happy to be here. I intended even to go to another event, but it was so entertaining and so interesting that I decided to stay on. So I've been very, very impressed by the statements which have been made here by the students. I can see talent. I can see really lots of character in what they are doing. And as an elder, because I'm very, very proud to see that we have young people, even those who are, we are all young, even at 60, we are still young. So we can really have confidence in the potential we have, and really enjoyed it so very much. I didn't want to leave, and I was taking notes. There were so many good things that have been said here, and I'm going to use them in my meetings at the UN. Okay, so thank you very much once again.
Well, thank you so much, and it was truly an honor, and we look forward to welcome you in Colorado whenever it's safe to do so and your schedule allow. Yes. But thank you, and we will turn it over now to the man that's behind all this great presentation, nobody else other than Professor Majama. As I said, as you can see, all the students have love and appreciation, and all this wisdom and speech and books reading came from, he had an input on it. So Professor, if you can take it over with what you've seen from your student and hope they made you proud.
Well, Papa, before I come to the students, I think I need to thank again Ambassador Sheikh Nya. Like for me, it was an honor just when I knew that he was coming, but after listening to him, that knowing that actually I followed his footsteps at the University of Dakar at the English department made me even more joyful and prouder, because I know that now people who are from there can make things happen, and he's the testimony of that. I can follow his footsteps and maybe someday become somebody. Now, to the graduating class of cohort 8, I think words will never, ever be adequate to express my joy and my pride in seeing what you have done tonight. You have proved every single thing that we've been trying to advocate in class. I just want to remind everybody that this is not impossible. Actually, the words or the word impossible become for us the two words, the three words at least, I am possible. And I want you to understand what Henry David Thoreau once said: what lies behind us and what lies in front of us are just tiny matters compared to what lies within us. Could you even begin to imagine if these people who spoke tonight never met you or went to the grave without sharing this knowledge that they have shared tonight on the platform? That's the reason why I said in the beginning that you can only become a generational failure if you die with everything that you know. Actually, Suleiman said it beautifully. He said, you have not lived, I would add, you have not fully lived until you've done for something, until you've done for someone something they could not repay you for. Papa and I are talking about this all the time. Is it free? It is paid. I said, no, there is no free lunch in life. You have to pay for everything that you get. It is better to be a giver than to be a taker. What we are asking of you, the tuition that you have to pay for this class, is to pay it forward. Do what have been done to you to others. That's what I'm asking you to do. And I know for a fact that you are already doing it. So I want next time around when we're doing this to have 30 graduates in the class, not just to start with 34, because I always said I'm not impressed with the beginning. Even if we have 50, I'm not impressed at all, because it is very easy to start, but it takes a person of personality. It takes a person of influence. It takes a person of determination to finish what they have started. Success is not measured by all the cars you have or the bank full of money or like all those type of things, but it is how it is determined really on what you do and what you could have done. Because if you come out first in a class with a C, you are not first. The others are just dumber. Sorry for the word, but that's the reality. So in order for you to be successful, you have to aim high every single day, not once, not twice, but make it, as Busso said earlier, your default settings. Because then when you do, you understand that being able to break barriers is not just for yourself, but it is also when you break through the door, make sure you hold it so that others can come through. That's how we build a family. That is how we build a community, and that's how we lift a nation. So, ladies and gentlemen, I am so pleased and honored to have known you and to share your homes, to share your laughter, to share everything that you have to give for 12 weeks. I will repeat it again. We bake this with love, L-O-V-E. We were able to listen to each other. We were able to overcome our shortcomings. We were able to voice our feedback and constructive criticism. but most of all, we were able to make the efforts to be there for each other every single Tuesday, to be able to lift each other. Thank you so very much. Again, if you are not a member of this, I don't know what to tell you, because surely you are missing out on wonderful things that are happening. But again, let's give the credit where it is due. Were it not for the vision of Papa, we would not be able to meet here tonight as a community at large, because just look at what's going on. Suleiman is in New York. Cedric is in Texas. Tamika is in Florida. I mean, we are all over the world, but sometimes we would say, we even had one student who was in Nigeria, but because of work scheduling and the time, it was always 3 in the morning over there, she was not able to make it till the end. But that's how great this is. So please, if you know anybody who can benefit from this, it becomes your duty to let them know to come and shine with us. Thank you so very much.
Well, thank you, Professor. And now all of you guys can unmute yourself, and I'm going to ask the student to grab their certificate, and so we can officially make the toast for, yes, everybody can unmute themselves. All the students receive their packet in the mail.
Thank you.
Yes. So we were looking for a good song for graduation ceremony. I don't know if Uzi will have it, but please join me in congratulating all the students from public speaking class cohort 8.
Woo! Best class ever.
Congratulations.
The best cohort. Good date.
Well, Tamika, I want to say something. I don't know if it is the best ever, but it is the most attended that I've ever witnessed. You guys had 140 at a certain time, but also you did so
The best.
and this is
That
the
makes
first
it
time
best.
we did this entirely. We did this entirely through Zoom. That's the first time.
Let me
Okay, if that was something like a presentation.
Yeah, let me share with
Okay,
you.
if I did that, my legs would be super
I'm
sticky.
going to
and
leave now, please.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Guys, help
Thank
me.
you, Ambassador.
Bye, Ambassador.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ambassador.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Now, let me share with you guys very quick what's going to be next. So next, as you know, Professor Sherry, the next public speaking course is going to be starting on March 16. If you are interested, if you have been impressed for what you have seen, visit our website, usalg.org. And if you know anybody that could benefit from this, visit our website or just send us a text message or an email. We would like to have more people part of the family to go through this class. Graduate student, leadership is a journey with no final destination. Just know that it does not end here. Actually, it is a beginning for you guys. So what's going to be next is Leadership 101, and Professor will be in touch with more details. And after that, we have Leadership Africa, which is another level. I want to also thank the students that are going to Leadership Africa that came to support. Also, now visit our website for upcoming event. We have a lot of upcoming event. We are getting ready for International Women's Day, which is March 6th. If you haven't figured that out, ALG, we don't even let the pandemic slow us down on what we need to do and what we have to do. Always, we use safety precaution. If we have to do it via Zoom, we're gonna go that way. But we're gonna be celebrating our women. So if you are interested in participating and playing a role, please let us know. We have a woman empowerment committee that could use your help. We are getting ready also for Monday, the 15th, we have a legal clinic. And Tayo gonna be, if anybody need legal advice, need an attorney, visit our website to RSVP. We are planning also for Africa Impact in August. Save the date. It's going to be August 9, 11, and 13. More information to come. But I wanted to thank you all from the bottom of my heart. As Majama said, we have people from Europe, from Africa, from out of state, all stuck around for a couple of hours. And if I did not just name you, just know, because we have over 140 people, I couldn't name every one of you. I know part of our culture, we want to name every single person that show up, but we see you all. Just know we appreciate you and we love you. So people are going to stick around for another 30 minutes for enjoying their drink, having a conversation. Yes. Thank you, and congratulations.
My coffee is over, dude.
Yeah.
I need more.
So thank you, everybody. Enjoy your night, enjoy your evening, and we'll be in touch. Thank you.
Papa, I think Abraham wanted to say something. Oh, Gorgeous, go ahead.
Male, au revoir.
Hey, brother. Thank you.